before they find me.
Hey, I felt super accomplished. I actually made it in a match against a pre-made team to, like, second stage. That's the best I think I've ever done.
But I don't play Monster well at all, and so it was funny. The last time I played, I'm like sitting there for like 3 minutes figuring like, how do you sniff? What button is sniff?
Good morning, Conjugates. How's it going? Pimpin, just go ahead and send me a message through Twitch, just whatever the message, and I'll get back to you. I do have it written down in my spreadsheet, so it should be okay, but just in case, whatever happens, I don't know, my computer dies or the internet cloud fails, I don't know. There's always a possibility. Make sure I'm actually talking to my mic, and I am. So we've got a pretty pink pony. So nice little damage team. So I like that the Trapper. So the Trapper is nice having as Maggie because Cabot and Parnell work really, really well, but Maggie is really defensive. So without having a Hank or a Sunny, she's still able to protect and defend herself. So that can be really, really good. However, they are facing up a Wraith, so we'll go ahead and see how that works. So Harpoon Traps is actually a really, really good counter for Wraith. So we'll see how well they are able to avoid those Warp Blasts. And it looks like that this might be a restart because... Oh, nope, never mind. I'm okay.
I think Daisy's sick. Oh!
I was going to Zionko. Right now I've only got a DLC code for Behemoth and the Tier 4 Hunters. I was supposed to be getting a lot of other DLC codes, but I haven't received them from 2K yet. So if I do magically get them in the next 20 hours or so, I will be giving those away, but right now I don't have any for them. I was hoping to have some, so I apologize, but they haven't arrived yet. Okie dokie, so Wraith has full health, or full armor, and is ready to go, and the team is on the pursuit. Oh, looks like that they barely pinged her. Oh, and the nice split. So they're going off with a assault trapper, or sorry, assault medic split, and there is the trapper and support, and there's some birds so that they know exactly where she is. There goes the decoy, interestingly enough. And it looks like they're heading. She's heading straight to Killer Dog over here, and Monox might be out of position. Yeah, I feel like Monox should be back here. So on this map, I really like the Trapper staying kind of like in this little area. There's really no reason for it to go any further because your team's going to flush out the monster. And so if the Trapper was right here, ooh, but the monster's going back further in. Very interesting. I feel like if the Trapper's right here, you'll be able to dome it if it ever gets past, and then the rest of your team can be doing a lot of good damage over there. So, mistake on the Hunter's part, but also mistake on the Wraith part, I feel, because it went back in this direction. There we go, getting some more feed. Going ahead and send the decoy out towards Monox, and the Monox threw out a dome. So one thing about a Wraith, the biggest thing is just whenever you see a Wraith, don't automatically throw the dome, especially if it charges towards you. Yes, the monster can double juke and actually be legitimately a real one, but 9 times out of 10, if you know it's got decoy, it's always going to pretty much be a decoy. So it looks like he's having problems trying to eat that. Looks like that body's just deciding on what it's doing. And there goes the decoy. Okay, good. I like that the Trapper and the support are a little bit back. But the support's all by himself and might... Ooh, very, very scary. So Trapper, all by himself, might be able to go ahead and get the dome. I'm not sure if the dome is up. But I do like the fact that the turrets... Okay, so it looks like he's going to get away. I don't think that the dome is actually up and ready. Yeah. So unfortunate that the dome was not up, or they didn't feel secure in throwing the dome. I really wish I could see the cooldowns to know which one was the case. That being the case, Monox needs a little bit of tipping up, tipping off, tipping up. Oh, and look at that Nomad just spawning in, kicking the crap out of them. Look at that. Mr. Wraith just eating away, just don't give no craps. Huzzah! Warp Blast. Warp Blast away. So again, the Trapper probably doesn't need like to leave this little area. So far right now, because right now the Trapper up here can actually be in a good position to get over to any position that needs be. And it looks like the Wraith is going to try and sneak past in just a moment. Let's go ahead and see what Daisy's doing. Daisy's like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This way. So the monster is going... Okay, so they've got eyes on the monster. Looks like that they're pinging her pretty closely. Got some live pings on her. There's the decoy. And there comes into the caves. So it looks like you're going to get a little bit of meat. Still not ready to evolve just yet. Almost 5 minutes in. Looks like that one of these mammoth birds should be all it needs to eat. And Killer Dog just saw it. And there comes the decoy. Not sure. Yeah, we'll see. So trying to hide out. See what happens with Daisy. So interestingly enough, they think that it's out. I'm not sure. Let's see what Daisy's saying. Daisy says, oh, the Trapper's running away. So Daisy's going to follow the Trapper, but I think if the Trapper just stopped for a second, I think Daisy would point back the other way. So let's see what happens. Yeah, so Daisy's like, no, this way. You can trust me. I've got a nose. So they should have heard that. The Wraith is heading out. Might try and evolve out here. I'm not a big fan of this back area. It's not really anything worthwhile. There goes. Ooh, that's rough. So the acid's actually going to reveal the real Wraith. Ooh, and the Wraith got domed. So this is actually not a great dome for the monster, just because it looks like that there's very few hiding spots. So the monster should be able to get easily punished here. So let's go ahead and see if this Cabot combo starts working. And there we go. Start leading in damage. And it looks like that is going to be a little bit of damage. And there's that very, very good damage amp. Armor is almost gone. A few more shots from Parnell. And it looks like that the Wraith is missing with its Warp Blasts. And there we go. There might be some food over here. Oh, and Kyra might be... Nope, looks like Kyra is going to be fine. I feel like Kyra should probably be in the middle. And I'd like to see... Okay, so now it looks like it's hiding in some bushes. Looks like it was discovered. There goes the Warp Blast. So I think that's a 1, maybe a 2-point Warp Blast. Because it didn't do super tons of damage. So Wraith is almost out of armor. Might be able to go ahead and make something go here. They might be able to go ahead and chip a tiny bit of health, but it does not look like it. I do like the aggression from Killer Dog here. Definitely keeping up with the Wraith and trying to do as best as you can, dropping off as much armor and preventing it from eating as much as possible. So nice little hidey spot right here. Might be waiting for us to come by. Oh, there's a decoy. So this might be enough to go ahead and fool, but it looks like that they saw it. Oh, and it looks like that they found it. Oh, and there it goes. Doing free damage. And there we go with the Warp Blast. So a little bit of permanent health damage. And it looks like Wraith sending another decoy. Hiding in the bushes. So with Daisy on the track, I feel that this is kind of unneeded because Daisy's just going to go ahead and find you anyway. However, it looks like he's going to try and evade pass. I would like to see the Trapper just hug right around here. If he evolves in the cave, you can go in and start doing a lot of damage when he evolves. But if not, you're going to prevent him from getting over here with free access to food and evolve. So we're getting a little bit more food. So it looks like that this food is more for armor purposes than anything else because he is ready to evolve. Looks like a dome might be going down. Fantastic job. Great spots for harpoons. And let's see what happens with all the pressure. Really good job from Cabot. Cabot's doing a really good job just making sure, keeping the focus on and pressure on the monster. And there goes the Wraith, his armor. And it looks like he's at full permanent damage. Good job from Amp. I like the damage Amp tidying me up with a Super Soldier. And RS Rex just going ahead and doing really good job chasing. So let's go ahead and see if he keeps an eye on the real one. Really good job getting stuck by a trap. Really hurt him. So almost lost half his health. Looks like he's going after Zalzin, but those harpoon traps is actually going to be pretty decent. Ooh, wow, look at that. Great job. Great harpoon positions. I like the elevated positions of them. It helps cover a lot more area than just being down on the ground. So the arena's got 10 seconds left. So right now, everyone should be huddling towards the side of the dome where the monster is going to be going. And there goes the dome drop. And let's go ahead and see the dust cloud. The dust cloud got him. And the Wraith is trying as best as it can to try and get away as fast as possible. So there goes another decoy. Might pick up some armor here. Oh, Killer Dog in a very good position to start shooting it. Nice shots by Killer over here. He is by himself, but he's not too worried because he doesn't have a lot of damage skills. So the decoy isn't really reliable for doing damage. Oh wow, I do really talk loud. I am talking a little bit quieter then. I apologize for that. I don't realize how loud I'm talking. Let me know if my game volume needs to be turned down. Maybe that will help. But because I have headphones on, I don't hear how loud I'm talking. I just took them off for a second. And that's a lot. You know what? Actually, I don't need to hear 3D sounds. So I'm going to take one ear off and then keep the other ear on. So hopefully that keeps my volume down a little bit. But however, if you do hear me talking a little bit too quiet, just let me know because I'm not sure if I'm talking quieter than normal or if it's just because I have headphones on. That being the case, the Wraith is getting away. It looks like he should be able to go ahead and get an evolve down in this little area by the warehouse. There's a nice little pillar on over here and over here that a lot of monsters can sometimes hide behind or over. It's a nice little cropping there. Usually you want to, so Cabot might be able to just simply dust this area and find you, but we're going to go ahead and see if they get there in time. So it doesn't look like that they have too much of an idea where to go. So we'll see what happens. Oh, and it looks like he did get dusted, so let's see what happens. Oh, interesting. 3 decoy, 2 supernova, 1 warp blast. I haven't seen a decoy supernova build in a very long time. So let's see if the decoy supernova actually works out for this build or not. Just because I feel that a lot of people don't have a lot of practice with it because they have mostly playing with warp blast abduction. And so while I don't think that supernova decoy is a very strong build, when you're out of practice, anything can be a strong build. And Monarch's getting focused down, but getting very punished. I really like the pressure that the Assault is putting on with Cabot, and that is exactly what you want to do. And I like that the medic has dropped him down, did an AoE burst heal on Monix, and tried to get out. So Wraith has a quarter health. Ooh, that Warp Blast. If that was a 3-point Warp Blast, that could have been very scary. But right now, it looks like that the Wraith is just going to be trickling out. And that decoy, just a little too late. Fantastic job by the Assault, keeping up the pressure, doing a very good job of showing where the real Wraith was. Very good job by the Hunters on following the real Wraith. GG.
Good game.
Good game.
I never saw a hunter team like this.
The beautiful subtle art of communicating.
Yeah. So good game. I felt that the hunters were doing really good work. I saw lots of pings, so I assume that there was lots of communication going on. I felt that the trapper was out of position a few times. You probably could stay a little bit closer towards the center of the map and then have the rest of your team flush, especially if you have a Kyra assault duo to flush out with. That being the case, I did like the Cabot and Parnell working together. I'm not too sure who was calling out, if it was Cabot or Parnell, or who was doing the the damage amp, but you guys were doing a really good job of coordinating that damage. Really good solid work. You know, you were covering each other. Maggie had great harpoon placements in the domes. A lot of them were on high elevated positions. Really good. With regards to the Wraith, I feel that you probably could have spent less time with the decoy behind you and just kind of go off and just run for food. You were also hiding in bushes, which worked most of the time, but against Maggie, she's eventually going to find you anyway, so I feel that that's kind of a wasted tactic against Maggie, and I feel like you probably could have just spent that time getting distance, but otherwise you were doing a pretty good job. You were getting some good jukes and some nice little hide areas. It was just took you a little while to get to stage 2, and I think that kind of hurt and slowed you down, but otherwise not bad, especially on that map, because that map can get very annoying for a monster because it's easy to get cut off. So good job.
It's funny when
Yeah, I must say I hate this map, and props to you. I never saw a hunter team like this. I can't get anywhere. I want to escape, but there were other hunters of you.
It's funny when you went in the tunnels, we were actually hesitant to go in there.
Then I just went Rambo's cabin and started